Hello students. In our family we have different members and different members are given different functions. Like that, sentence is a kind of family. And in this family of sentence, different elements, members have different functions. So today we will see how is the family of the sentence. Let us begin. The elements of the clause. If we want to construct a sentence, we have to know what are the elements which come in the structure of the clause. There are 5 elements of the clause. So, what are the clause elements? There are 5 elements of the clause. One is subject, another is predicator, third is object, fourth is complement, remember the spelling of complement, COMPLEMENT, adverbial, now these elements of clause have different labels. What kind of labels we use for them? S for subject, capital P for predicator, capital O for object, capital C for complement, and capital A for adverbial. Now, see, these 5 elements are important to construct a sentence or a clause. These are elements of the clause structure. So, clause structure is made of 5 elements. Clause structure. So, when we are going to study structure and function, we must know first of all what is the structure of the clause and what are the elements important to construct or to make a clause. So, because subject comes in the beginning of the sentence. Where is the position of the subject? In the beginning of the sentence or beginning of the clause. Then what can be the subject? Means what kind of words can be used as the subject? The words used as the subject can be pronouns or pronouns, for example, I, we, he, she, it, they, you. These are pronouns and or they can be nouns. Now we have learned different type of nouns, common nouns, proper nouns, count nouns, mass nouns, collective nouns, so abstract nouns. So any of these nouns can be used as a subject of this clause. Then we have another, that is predicator. Now predicator is verb. Predicator is verb or what you can say verb phrase, VP. That can be verb or verb phrase. Then verb phrase or verb can be of 5 different types we have learnt, and also different kinds of the verbs, means finite verbs and non-finite verbs can be there, and verbs can be majorly of 5 types. One is called as VO, that is present tense form. VS, this is also present tense form, present tense, and this is also present tense. But what is the difference? VO can be used before the plural nouns, for example ask, and VS before the third person singular nouns which take S as the suffix after the verb. So these are two forms. Then we also have past tense form, that is called VED form. Then you can take this example here, asked. VING form, that is progressive form of the verb, progressive tense or progressive form of the verb, which can be called as, for example, asking. And finally VEN form, that is, this is the regular verb ask, so we have same, that is VED form as VEN form. This is called as perfect tense form, perfect tense form. So we have here 5 forms of the verb: VO, VES, VED, VING and VEN, which are used in the sentence, which can be used in the sentence, and they are called as predicator. So this is one of the element of the structure of the clause. One is subject, then the other is predicator, and subject comes in the beginning of the sentence and predicator comes after the subject. Now object is that which is affected by, the action, Now which action? Action of the doer, that is indicated or denoted by the predicator. Action denoted by predicator. Now if we see here what is or how we can get the object of the sentence, a very simple test can be used, that is question test. You can ask the question what, or you can ask the question whom. Now why these two types of questions? Because there are two types of objects in the sentence. One is direct object, which we can get by asking question what, and another is indirect object, which we can get by asking the question whom. Now what can be the object, means what kind of words can be the object? Object can be pronouns like me, him, her, them, etc. And that can be also nouns. Objects can be nouns or objects can be pronouns. Now what kind of nouns are there? Nouns can be name of any person, name of anything. For example, books, bags. This type of nouns can be the object. Name of any person or thing, that is noun. We have learned that. Then next, what we see there, that object comes after the predicator in the sentence. It after P, that is after predicator. And then we see there further that we can also use the passive test to get the object of the sentence. We can use passive test to get the object of the sentence. Means how do we make the passive of the sentence? We have to replace the subject with the object. Then if we can replace that word as the subject of the sentence, then you can say that it is the object of the sentence. Passive test is very important because we can differentiate between object and next element, that is complement, with the help of the passive test. Because when there is a complement, we don't find the word which can be replaced as with the subject. So here what is complement, we have to see further. Now complement is the word which completes the sentence. Completes the sentence meaningfully, means it comes at the end of the sentence. And if we remove that element, means that word, then the sentence cannot be complete. Complement can be the word which completes the sentence meaningfully, and we cannot remove that word because the sentence cannot be complete without it. For example, she is kind, or she is a teacher. Now we have seen here that she is a subject, this is subject, is a predicator, and kind is called as the complement. Here also subject, predicator, and teacher is a complement. So we see here that both these sentences, if we remove kind or if we remove a teacher, they cannot be completed. Means she is not a complete sentence. Secondly, we cannot put kind in the place of subject and make it passive. Kind is by her, like this we cannot say. So this kind is complement, teacher is complement. Now what is kind? Kind is here adjective. Kind is adjective, and a teacher is, we have noun. Now teacher is noun, means what can be the complements, what kind of words can be the complement? Adjectives and nouns can be the complement in the sentence or in the clause. So we have seen, that is subject, predicator, object and complement, 4 elements. Complement is 4, adverbial. Adverbial. Now, what can be the words which can be called as the adverbials? Adverbials are the words which give us extra information of various kinds. That information ranges from time, place, location, direction, duration, frequency, agency, reason, condition, degree, etc. So, adverbials are the words which give us extra information about the action or maybe about the attitude of the speaker, which is expressed in the sentence adverbial. So, we see that adverbials are such elements which add extra information. Extra information. And that information is about the related to the action or what you can say event, related to action or event. Then that can be about location of the thing or place, etc. That can be about time, that can be about duration, that can be about manner, that can be about frequency, etc. So, adverbials are such elements which come anywhere in the sentence. Means it is the most, what you can say, mobile element in the sentence. Mobile element which can be moved anywhere in the sentence. We see it may come in the beginning of the sentence or maybe in the middle of the sentence or at the end of the sentence. For example, you can say usually usually he he works at home, at home these days, these days. Now, in this sentence, we have usually, at home, and these days. All these are called as the adverbials. Usually, sentence adverbial, at home, adverbial of place, and these days, adverbial time. So, these five elements are important to know to construct a sentence meaningfully. Means you must know where you have to put these elements in the clause. If you know that, you can construct the sentence correctly. So you must know what is the position of object in the sentence, what is the position of complement in the sentence, position of adverbial in the sentence. Then only you can make the sentence correctly. So we will see in the next lecture how can we make different patterns of the clause, major clause patterns. Okay, bye. See you for the next lecture.